Governor-elect, artificial intelligence has created a really big demand for these data centers, and Virginia has the world's largest concentration of them. Power bills are up nearly 7% in your state over the past year. Is that driven by the AI boom? And if so, how do you offset those rising energy costs?
Well, what we've seen in the research so far is that it is not, the increased costs are not driven by the increase in data centers. There's some bad energy policies in some of our neighboring states that have driven up prices, particularly in Southwest Virginia. But looking towards the future, we have to be clear-eyed about the fact that we will have an energy crisis headed into the future. And so here on the ground in Virginia, we currently have a rate case where it will be important that large-scale energy users, particularly data centers, that the public know that they are paying their fair share for the energy that they are using. And we have to increase our energy production here at home so that we can meet the demand, certainly of larger scale energy users, but also of increased demand from our communities. And it is a real challenge that we have to get ahead of. And that's why among the first affordability plans that I laid out was one focused on energy. It's a challenge that is pervasive across our communities and particularly acute in Southwest Virginia.
Just a few days ago, Cornell University reached a $60 million deal with the Trump administration in order to see their federal funding restored. This is the fifth such deal since the administration began this pressure campaign on universities. I know you went to University of Virginia, as did I, and must be following that UVA cut deals with the government, including kicking out the president of the school. You called that extortion. But now, as governor, are you going to have to play ball with the Department of Education and the Justice Department in order to keep federal government funding going?
So it should shock everyone that universities, public and private, are receiving demands from the federal government and that dollars, research dollars, are being withheld, that our universities are under attack. And certainly what we've seen in the case of the University of Virginia, a popular, experienced, excellent president was pushed out. And on the ground here, we did not see our governor in any way step up in defense of our university. And the idea that the federal government would be withholding federal dollars, including dollars already appropriated by Congress for research, in order to compel universities to take certain actions. It is absolute federal government overreach, and as governor, I will be clear-eyed about ensuring that we have structures in place, including boards of visitors across our universities that want to defend academic freedom and frankly, the viability and vitality of extraordinary institutions like the University of Virginia.
I want to ask you about your party. In 2020, when Democrats lost House seats, you said we need to not ever use the word socialist or socialism ever again. There are some who look to Tuesday's win in New York City of a Democratic socialist and say that your party is actually being rewarded for echoing progressive policies. Does that victory create a branding problem for Democrats?
Well, certainly, I'm excited about what we did here in Virginia on Tuesday. I campaigned wanting to address the issues of costs and stopping the chaos. I'm a capitalist, I'm a Democrat, and I won by 15 points in Virginia. You look to New Jersey and a similar story in Mikey Sherrill's win, now the governor-elect there. And so I think, certainly we're a big tent party, but when I look at what led to the success that we had here and the mandate for real governance here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, it was based on what I campaigned on, the efforts to really address the challenges that people are facing on a day-to-day basis. And now it's on us to deliver and prove that really, truly the mandate that we have to work on lowering costs and strengthening our schools and keeping our communities safe and creating steady leadership here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, particularly in light of the chaos coming out of Washington, that not only was it a winning message, but the winning path towards governance.